Sit down a while, son. Let the fire settle into its quiet crackle, and let the night air cool the sweat on your neck. You've come to me with that look, half pride, half worry, like a boy who's just been handed the family axe and wonders if his arms are long enough yet. I see it plain. So tell me this. How does a man shoulder the whole world and still whistle while he walks? I've watched a tightrope walker once long ago on the county fairgrounds. Old canvas tent, smell of sawdust and kettle corn. She stepped out over nothing but air, barefoot, carrying 2 baskets hung from a yoke across her shoulders. One basket was heaped with smooth river stones, dull gray, heavy as Monday mornings. The other, bright feathers, goose down, light as laughter. Every step she took, the stones tried to drag her left. The feathers tugged her right. She leaned into both at once, knees soft, arms wide, eyes steady on the far post. Folks held their breath. I did too, but she kept moving, neither basket winning, both needed. That, child, is the whole lesson in a single line. Joy and duty are not enemies. They're dance partners, and the rope is your life. Now listen, most people think responsibility is a pack mule. You load it up, cinch the straps, and trudge. They tell you, grow up, put your nose to the grindstone, joy comes later. That's half true the way a broken clock is, right twice a day. I tried that road myself when I was your age, thought if I gripped the stones tighter, the feathers would take care of themselves. I stacked on mortgages, promises, overtime hours, and every yes I couldn't take back. By 35, my back was a question mark, and my laugh sounded like a cough. I was carrying the stones all right, but I'd forgotten the feathers even existed. You know what happens to a tightrope walker who drops the feather basket? She tips. The rope swings wild, the crowd gasps, and down she goes, still holding every stone she thought she needed. So here's the first thread I want you to hold. The stones are not the villain. Responsibility is not a thief stealing your youth. Those stones are the names you love. Your little sister's college fund, the garden your mother can't tend anymore, the mortgage that keeps the rain off her head. They matter, but they grow heavier when you pretend they're all you're made for. You've got to name each stone, feel its weight, then set it gentle in the basket. Say it aloud. This one is for Dad's medicine. This one is for the child we hope to raise. Naming turns burden into belonging. A stone with a name is no longer a curse. It's a love letter written in weight. Now, the second thread, and this one's slippery as silk. The feathers are not frivolous. Joy is not dessert you earn after clearing your plate of chores. Joy is protein. It builds the muscle that lifts the stones. I learned that the hard way. One winter the mill shut down, snow up to the windowsills, pantry shelves bare. I was down to counting pennies for kerosene. Thought I couldn't afford a single feather. Then my neighbor, old Mrs. Whitcomb, hands like twisted roots, knocked on the door with a pie still warm from her oven. Cinnamon and apples, cheap as dirt but rich as sunrise. We ate it straight from the tin, laughing because we had no plates clean. That pie didn't pay the electric bill, but it lit something inside me that kept me moving long enough to find work again. A man who forgets to taste sweetness will eventually forget why he's carrying the stones at all. You see, the tightrope isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. Every step is a choice to stay in the tension. Some days you'll lean too far left. Maybe you chase the feathers, shirk the stones, and the rope bucks beneath you. Other days you'll hunch under the stones, convinced joy is a luxury you haven't earned, and you'll feel the right side lift like a kite catching wind. Both mistakes teach the same lesson. Balance is not a place you arrive. It's a conversation you keep having with gravity. Let me tell you a secret, the walker whispered to me after the show. She said the rope itself is alive. It sways with every heartbeat of the folks watching, every gust of prairie wind, every memory of every fall she's taken before. The trick isn't to fight the sway. It's to sway with it. Same with life. Your responsibilities will shift. Babies grow, parents age, dreams change their clothes. Your joys will too. What thrilled you at 16 may bore you at 30. The rope moves, so you move. You adjust the yoke, shift a stone, add a feather. You learn to carry grief and gratitude in the same breath. I remember the day your grandmother died. I stood in the hospital corridor, holding her sweater, still warm. The stones in my basket multiplied overnight. Funeral costs, the farm, the silence at the supper table. I thought I'd drown. Then I found, tucked in her bedside drawer, a packet of marigold seeds and a note in her spidery handwriting. Plant these where the porch gets morning light. They'll bloom, even if you forget to water them for a week. Some things are that stubborn about beauty. I planted them, son, through tears and all. Those flowers came up gold as her laugh. And every time I deadheaded them, I felt her teaching me again. Sorrow and joy grow from the same dirt. You just have to keep tending both. So how do you carry the weight without losing your song? You practice. Every morning before the sun clears the pines, you ask yourself 2 questions. What stone needs my shoulder today? What feather needs my notice? Maybe the stone is a hard conversation with your boss. Maybe the feather is 5 minutes of bird song on a back porch with coffee so strong it bites. You don't wait for balance to arrive like a train at the station. You make it moment by moment, like dough between your hands. And when you fall, because you will, child, we all do, don't curse the rope, don't curse the baskets. Just lie there a minute, feel the bruise, then laugh. Because the ground is where you learn the rope is still waiting, patient as an old hound. Climb back up, adjust the yoke. The crowd that gasped will cheer, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to keep walking. Look at the fire now, how it leans one way when the wind shifts, then steadies again. That's you, that's me, that's every soul who ever loved hard enough to carry stones and light enough to carry feathers. The trick is to keep both baskets full, neither overflowing. And when you reach the far post, gray-haired, weather-lined, maybe a little bow-legged, you'll turn around and see the rope stretched behind you like a story. Some places, the wood is scorched from where you stumbled. Other places, it's polished, smooth from where you danced. Both belong. So go on, son, step out. The stones will teach you strength. The feathers will teach you why strength matters. And the rope, oh, that swaying, singing rope, We'll teach you that balance is just another word for love in motion.